voting, and Erie County is going to decide this election.
Attention, shit talkers, YouTubers, and general assholes all world. Welcome to the Trump Hero Batman. Who loves America? Who you voting for, Batman? Not sniffing Biden.
Trump is talking directly to you,
Trump
the voter, meeting with thousands of voters.
Well, okay, that works.
The estimate is going to be this November. Are these thousands of voters going to...
You want to watch this with me there, my man?
So let's talk about Florida for a little bit, because I know that Florida is kind of the topic of discussion. Now, Democrats have been doing very well in mail-in votes in Florida. What I've read is Democrats needed to get a 650,000 vote advantage in order to remain competitive. And right now, the Democrats are not hitting that 650,000 magic sweet spot. And on the first day of in-person voting, Republicans outvoted Democrats in Florida. Again, Republicans have outvoted Democrats, even despite many Republican districts which haven't started in-person early voting in Florida. And we're even doing well in Miami-Dade, which is kind of weird because Miami-Dade, Broward County, those are super democratically majority counties in Florida, and Republicans are turning out the vote. So I think that we're going to see if these numbers continue, it will be mathematically impossible for Democrats to outperform Republicans, meaning that Florida could very well be locked in for Donald Trump even prior to Election Day. If Democrats don't get those in person, if Democrats don't get those mail-in ballots,
Trump within less than 20 minutes, guys.
Call the election for Donald Trump in Florida.
We're getting Batman because he's got to be ready for questioning.
But don't take that
the POTUS, the GOTUS POTUS.
Don't take that as you can't work as hard as we should be right now. Vote in person early. Send in those mail-in ballots. Continue to knock on doors, especially in those swing districts. We've got Anna Paulina running for Congress against Charlie Crist. This is a district we can split strategically from blue to red. I hear that Bernie Sanders is now going to Pennsylvania. You heard me correctly. The Democrats are petrified that Donald Trump is going to win Pennsylvania, and now they're pulling out all the stops to send Bernie Sanders. Well, for those of you who are watching,
Bernie
Sanders agrees with Donald Trump on renegotiating NAFTA. Bernie Sanders agrees with Donald Trump on stopping the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which Hillary Clinton called the gold standard. Remember that Democrats...
Worst fucking deal ever in American history.
They are going to reward China. They are going to reward other countries and sell out your jobs, sell out your livelihood like they have. Donald Trump, on day 3 of becoming president, stopped the Trans-Pacific Partnership. I want to repeat that to you. He made a campaign promise, and on day 3 of becoming president, stopped TPP.
Who we got spying in on me tonight? Who's all in the chat? I'm saying that.
Rigged election where the Democrats take winners and losers and sell out your vote. Sell out your vote to the highest bidder. Then it's time. You have an opportunity. Turn your back on the establishment. Turn your back on the status quo.
Trump.
Turn your back on the Democrats that took away your vote and vote for President Donald Trump. I've done some more readings, and it looks like Democrats are putting the majority of their fireships in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, Nevada, Florida, North Carolina, Georgia. You know what that tells me?
They're scared.
That tells me that the Democrats are having to play on defense, not offense. Because if this were a blowout election, the Democrats would not be going to Pennsylvania. They would be going to Kansas. They would be going to Texas. They would be going to traditionally Republican states. The fact that they're pulling out of Ohio, they're pulling out of Iowa, they're going to Florida. That tells me
they're scared.
Democrats are nervous, and they should be.
They're scared.
We, the people, are speaking. We're not only speaking here at rallies in Erie, Pennsylvania in this cold weather, but we are speaking with our votes. And again, we're doing really well in mail-in votes in not only Michigan, but also Wisconsin. The Democrats' playbook is they need to have a very strong mail-in vote advantage going into Election Day. And if Democrats do not have a strong mail-in vote by Election Day, they will lose the election. And the fact that we are winning in Michigan, we are winning in Wisconsin prior to Election Day points in the direction that Donald Trump is going to be a very happy man on Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020. Continue to vote. Continue to knock on doors. Continue to make phone calls. Continue to text everyone you know and get them out to vote. Play like we are behind. Play like we are losing. Remember that Hillary Clinton was confident too, and the Democrats said that she had an over 90% chance of winning the election. Play like we are going to lose, and that will be our playbook going forward into November. Now we're marching on to about 7 p.m. right now. As you can see, this is a packed house. Donald Trump will be arriving any minute, and people are just excited for him in Pennsylvania in this narrowly won county in 2016. Redheads everywhere, women. You see our fans pointing to us. I caught it. I caught that kiss. The women love Donald Trump.
Oh shit, I'm right there.
About those suburban voters that are supposedly turning to Joe Biden and away from Donald Trump. And actually, I want to thank the Democrats, because the Democrats turning on our police, the Democrats wanting to defund our police,
they fucked up,
Democrats putting a target on the heads of our men and women in blue has actually backfired on the Democrats.
Damn right.
And we're seeing suburban women, suburban homeowners, they are coming back to the Republican Party because they want law and order. They want justice. They want peace. They don't want to have to worry about Black Lives Matter protesters burning down their cities like they did in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I visited Kenosha, Wisconsin. I saw how the Democrats destroyed businesses, burned down a black beauty salon. And answer me this, how does this help the black community when you burn down a black beauty salon? How does that show Black Lives Matter? And the answer is, it doesn't. If you believe Black Lives Matter, then you wouldn't support Planned Parenthood. If you believe Black Lives Matter, then you wouldn't burn down black businesses. If you believe Black Lives Matter, then you wouldn't support Joe Biden that wrote the 1994 crime bill that locked up black fathers, separating them from their children, taking them away from their families.
If all time you take them out and do a rally.
First, with historically black communities,
yes, sir.
Colleges and universities. President Trump,
the voters, the goats.
Why did the Democrats not support school children?
Go ahead and, if you got YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to shit.
Because people don't understand
subscribe
the
to
best
Shit
way to
Talkers
get out of
TV.
poverty is education and a
Shit
job.
Talkers, 2.0 television, or you might find me under Chad the Bragg or something, but you'll be able to find me.
So again, if you believe Black Lives Matter like I do, then vote for President Donald Trump. It's time for change. It's time to take a chance. It's time to build America, not burn it down. Now, Mike, what are your thoughts moving forward? Especially, let's say that the Democrats
What do you guys think?
And it's historic. And
Trump 2020?
keep the Senate.
Oh, okay.
Take the House.
I'll
And
probably
we feel like
rather
Donald
be
Trump.
later.
What are your thoughts?
Trump 2020?
Well, that's a tough question because in a perfect world there would be no Democrat Party, but I also understand that there will never be a utopian society where everybody gets along singing Kumbaya. The left, they're the ones that preach that message that we can all just live in happy harmony. There's always going to be an opposition party, and there should be competing ideas. I think that there needs to be some reflection, some real reflection. At least go back to the Blue Dog Democrat days, go back to the JFK Democrats, go back to the liberal ideology as opposed to the neo-Marxist ideology.
Damn right. Fuck that Marxist ideology.
They're not truly Democrats. They're actual communists. Like literal
Tell 'em.
communists. Like we've never seen anything like this where they're against law and order. They don't
And
believe in
democracy.
order. They don't believe in the Constitution.
Socialism.
Liberals of the past used to believe in the First Amendment. They used to believe in the Second Amendment. The classical liberal, maybe like the Bill Maher. I don't like Bill Maher, but the classical Democrat Party that take more of a centrist tone, or at least move over back to the center, not far left, not Marxist, not communist, not socialist. I think it needs to be something.
Trump 2020, bitches.
I think it needs to be something totally different. They need to reflect. They need to acknowledge their history. They were talking about slavery and Jim Crow and all the wrongs of the past against black people. It was them. It's always been them. They literally, in the most literal sense, the Democrat Party has always been on the wrong side of history. Slavery, Jim Crow, opposing segregation, opposing busing, Joe Biden. When the South was at peak racism, it was blue. The less racist the South became, the more it voted Republican. But they can tell you the party switched. There's no evidence switched. When Democrats today in 2020 still judge people by the color of their skin,
Ain't that some shit?
there's been no party switch. That is a fact. No liberal on the planet can dispute that fact. They still believe in treating people by the color of their skin. So to answer your question, abolish the Democrat Party. Start a new party. Reform your party. Become something else. But no more Democrat Party. End it. So you heard it here first. Mike is saying it's not to abolish ICE, but to abolish the Democrat Party instead. Abolish the Democrat Party. Get them out of here.
Exactly. Tell them, Mark.
People on the face of the earth support the Democrat Party. They're identitarians. They believe in race-based policy. They believe in race-based parties. City with this Our Black Party. But then if someone said, let's have an all-white party, then they're like, you're a racist. They have the same double standards. They're hypocrites. They don't support the black, like you said. Nothing says Black Lives Matter like burning down black businesses and killing black people. That's literally happened. Over 24 black people killed in the George Floyd riots. I mean, if Black Lives Matter, I can't tell. I mean, the worst people, the most racist people I have met in my entire life, all don't like me wearing this hat. I have not met any racist Trump supporters. That's not to say that there aren't. They're just identitarians. They're whack jobs. They're weird. They're fringe. But on the left, it is pervasive. It is central to their platform that we have to have black this. They're promoting segregated schools. In the year 2020, the Democrat Party is promoting segregated schools.
Wow.
The parties never switched. They need to abolish those parties, and that's just that. And that's all I can really say about that one. Abolish the donkey party.
Yeah, the donkey party gotta go. Jackass.
Let's send these criminal, corrupt career politicians packing. Maxine Waters needs to be voted the hell out. Nancy Pelosi eat her expensive ice cream, going into salons with no mask on while she shuts down her district, while she promotes the mask mandate. These people are just disgusting. Who can disagree with that? I know a lot of media people over here looking at me. I would love for anybody to step in and tell me how Joe Biden makes sense for this country right now. That dude is a puppet, and he doesn't even know that he's running for the president. He said just last week that he's running for Senate. And you got liberals looking the other way like, I'm still going to vote for Joe. He's going to win in a landslide. I'm like, he just told black people if they don't vote for him, you ain't black. But then all these liberals, these sanctimonious liberals, pat themselves on the back like, we love black people. We have Black Lives Matter signs in our front yard. Also, we're going to ignore every racist thing that Joe Biden just said in the last 6 months. Poor kids are just as smart as white kids.
Unlike the black community, the Hispanic community is incredibly diverse. He said that like 3 weeks ago. I posted on Instagram, and my friends on the left are like, nothing to see here. But President Trump, he's lying about this. He tweeted that. These people are fake, man. You have to call it out and expose it. And that's where we are in today's politics. I could not be here on this platform if not for the fraudsters out there in the media, the fraudster politicians, the liars, the deceivers. Without them, there would be no us because we are the opposition to them. And the truth wins. The truth always wins. The truth will always prevail. And when you dim the light of truth, then darkness is pervasive. And that's what they're trying to do. That's why they're cracking down on voices like ours, which again is why you need to support Right Side Broadcasting. Go to
Right Side Broadcasting is the shit. I've watched every rally.
On the podium with the
Right Side Broadcasting on YouTube. On YouTube, my niggas.
Supporting the president, showing the crowd, showing his speech start to finish. You have to support us. Go to rspnetwork.com. We're in
We're getting ready to watch Air Force One fly in.
After the debate, President Trump will be announcing more rallies. We assume will be a lot. It costs money to fly people out, rent cars, get hotel rooms. We got to pay for food. We got to get equipment. We just hired a new cameraman. We got guest correspondents. Your donations go a long way to keeping this media company alive. The Fox News of the past has now moved to the left. Got Donna Brazile on there. Won't let Newt Gingrich tell the truth about George Soros funding all these prosecutors in these left-wing areas that are letting Antifa run roughshod over your neighborhoods. And BLM, we call it out, we expose it. Fox News won't do it, we'll do it right here because we don't take
damn right.
dollars. Rupert Murdoch can't tell me what to say. So support RXP and go to rspnetwork.com/donate. You can mail a check to our physical address, 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. And of course, you can donate on YouTube, but just be aware that they take 30% of your super chat money. Rant over.
So how about some of those super chats? What are our viewers saying? Are there any comments that are kind of sticking out to you as we continue to wait for Donald Trump to come join us? Let's see what people are saying. So over here, we have somebody who says draft dodger, Trump is a con.
It's Tommy Sotomayor's mother. You are a goofy person. Thank you for your money, but you're just weird. Take all of that hate and go love yourself. And while you're at it, take all of that hate energy, all your weird energy, go support Joe Biden. Get back on that plantation, the Democrat plantation. Y'all know you're going to vote for Joe Biden, even though he said all that racist stuff. Oh, yeah, say something.
I have a message, but I'm going to do it luckily. You know what I love about President Trump? Well, number one, I am the son of a retired Navy captain who my father did vote for President Donald Trump. And I know that he did because I voted with him in person and early with my mom, who is a loving military spouse. And I want you to know that President Trump has helped to reform the VA. And while Joe Biden and Barack Obama watched as many of our military members died from lack of proper health care, President Trump is reforming VA health care. And President Trump is making it so that we can fire incompetent VA leaders who are not doing their job. President Trump is treating our government finally like a business, where if you are not doing your job, then you get the heck out and let somebody else who will do it and who will do it right and who will put our veterans who have sacrificed and given everything for us so that we can have the platform to speak freely to you that they should be treated properly. And I have another thing to say because you have called our president a con. You know who is a con? Joe Biden, who has conned the American people for 47 years. Our president, Donald Trump, has done more in 47 months. In fact, he's done more in 47 days and 47 hours than Joe Biden has done in 47 years of sexless leadership. And I have something else to say. Let's talk about this for a second. Because Joe Biden came into power as vice president in 2009 with a super majority Democrat leadership. They had the White House, they had the House, and they had the Senate. If prison reform was such a priority, then why didn't you, Joe Biden, help the Black community and help prison reform in 2009 with full Democrat leadership? Why did you fail to take action, Joe Biden? Why did you fail to do the job that a Republican president had to do for you? Why did it take a Republican president to give us the First Step Act, giving people a second chance at life? The fact of the matter is the only con is Joe Biden and the Democrats fulfill their promises. Meanwhile, President Trump renegotiated NAFTA, took away the TPP, has been tough on China, bringing back jobs from China to Michigan, cut the corporate tax, making America competitive again, has funded the VA, has reformed the VA, is securing the border, is supporting our police, is cutting our taxes, is giving us natural gas and making sure that we are not dependent on Russia for oil, but we are securing our own oil reserves. The fact of the matter is the greatest con on the American people has been always the Democrat Party.
Again, I'm going to say it again. Abolish the donkey party. Nobody supports them. Their policies absolutely suck. Any city that they run it into the ground. They measure success by failure. They keep minorities poor, independent, and uneducated, just like in the slave times. They didn't want you reading. They didn't want you handing out scraps. They want people dependent on the government. They will not be satisfied till every American citizen is a ward of the state. And that's why you got Ice Cube recognizing it. You got 50 Cent recognizing it. Kanye West recognizing it. Right? But on the left, what do they got? They got billionaire Oprah telling you how oppressed she is. Shut up, Oprah. Same thing with Michelle Obama. We're tired of these people. These people, Kaepernick, these people are liars. The richest black people on planet Earth live right here in the United States of America. Changed my mind. Tommy Sotomayor, or whoever you are watching. I know that's not the real Tommy. I know, I'm just dropping facts over here. I know it's not the real Tommy Sotomayor. That's a troll that has Trump derangement syndrome. Like extreme Trump derangement syndrome, to the point where you are watching a pro-Trump network and donating money. I mean, who does that? I mean, we appreciate every dollar. We appreciate that you're watching because you're obviously getting something out of it. You're getting your messages read. So how about this? Give us some more donations. What else you got for us? And we'll just continue roasting you. Give us your donations because all you're doing is sending me to the next event where I'm going to roast the next troll. You're not the first troll to give us a donation while sending something that doesn't really make any sense. We're just going to continue lighting you up. And the black community is waking up. We are awake. We are awake. We've caught on. We see what the Democrats have not done, except for run our communities into the dirt. They love us dirt poor. They like our babies aborted. They like our houses to be government run. They love state-sanctioned programs that suck and don't improve the quality of people's lives. They support these Black Lives Matter movements. Black Lives Matter has the opposite effect, just like what I was saying with the Affordable Care Act. It's not affordable. Somebody said in the chat, before I forget, somebody said, Mike, what's your Twitter handle? Mike Nificent 813. Find me on YouTube. Find me on Facebook. I'm back on Facebook. Search Mike Nificent. Anywhere on social media, I should pop right up. If it doesn't pop up under Mike Nificent, it's under Mike Nificent 813. We've got 103,000 people watching right now. I need all of you to give us a like. Give this stream a thumbs up. We only have 38,000 likes. I don't know why people won't do it. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to RSPN. Hit the bell notification so you will get notified every time President Trump goes live, every time he has a rally. We do everything. We do White House press briefings. We do all the things President Trump. We even branch out and do other stuff. We were outside of Walter Reed Hospital, and we had thousands of people watching live there. It's making a difference. Somebody yelling back there? Somebody's yelling. I don't know what's going on. The crowd's getting angsty out there. President Trump was supposed to be here at 7. We're 20 minutes behind schedule, but people, we're just going to wait it out.
Yep.
But
I'm with you, bro.
RSP Network, man, we've got 30 days to the most important election of our lifetime. If Joe Biden wins, they're not going to
Where's Air Force One?
And we might not be here as a media company because they're going to crack down. Look what they're doing just with the little bit that they've done on Twitter as it relates to Hunter Biden's laptop. Locking the the New York Post, locking them out of their Twitter account.
Well, I can watch. What's her name?
Stuff. Imagine what they're going to
Killer
do.
McKaylee.
Charlie Kirk, they're going to be emboldened. And what have Republicans done? What have they done? They
The
got
one national.
we need to repeal Section 230. Jim Jordan needs to stop taking money from Google and get something done. And then there's, I'll just say the name, Jeffrey Tubin. And you guys know what's going on there. It's a backward, upside down, inverted reality that they've created over there on the left. They want you to think that violence is actually speech. But speech is violence, and silence is violence. And we're going to change dictionary definitions because we don't like Amy Coney Barrett. We're going to have a women's march, protest a woman get nominated to the Supreme Court, but also we love women. We love Black Lives Matter. We think Black Lives Matter, but also we're going to destroy black businesses and kill black people and abort their babies. It makes no sense. But yeah, support us at RSPN. Support Scott Wrestler. Go to The Persistence on Twitter.
Hello. Is there anybody in the chat there? Yeah, my glasses, I can see it.
Matthew Jones says, say hi to Matthew and sister Isabel in England. God bless you. Hi, Isabel. Enrique just gave a super chat, but he didn't leave anything. Glad that says, Scott and Mike, you guys are outstanding. Magda. Also, let's see what else we got. Trevor says, thank you for speaking the truth. The Dems need to go forever. They just need a new party. They got to call something else. Because, for one, they need to acknowledge their history. They owned slaves. They opposed civil rights. They were the ones that enforced Jim Crow laws. Those people have always been on the wrong side of history. They shouted at Ruby Bridges when the Republican president, Dwight Eisenhower, desegregated the schools. They're the ones that have modern-day brown shirts, Antifa, as their military enforcement on it. They're the ones burning down cities. Portland sucks. There's no Republican to blame for Portland. There's no Republican to blame for Chicago. How are you going to blame for what's going on in California? You're going to blame Republicans and climate change and North Bay bad because of the wildfires? These people are just... I'm running out of words to describe how dishonest and wicked they are. Rick says, thank you, RSP Network. Help keep the Trump train rolling while they protect their little Joe Biden, sleepy Joe Biden, running for Senate, proud Democrat for the Senate. Katrina Byron, thank you for your super chat. I literally can't keep up. I got to scroll way over here. Look at that. Okay, here we go. I can't really pronounce his name. It says, the momentum is here. My favorite quote is from General George Patton. This is where we hold them by the nose and kick them in the butt. Stand tall, friends. We can do this. We've got 14 days, guys. 14 days. The media looks bored up here. We're the only ones with energy. We're the only ones that are showing you. We got the dragon energy up here. We got the energy of God. We got the energy of unity, love, truth, life. We got all of those things up here, guys. Everybody else is just waiting for him to arrive. We're just going to keep talking. We're just going to keep this rolling. I'm going to read through some of these super chats. Okay, what are these super chats saying? Let's see. Thanks. This comes a lot. Now I can use both hands. This way he can read into it. Yes. Casey Campbell says, here's to RSPN becoming a global news network that we will always be able to turn to for the truth. Yes, and that's one thing that I want to make a distinction on is, look, I'm here for two reasons. I want truth and justice. And I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat and you've done something wrong. I want all the Republicans to stand for truth and justice out. I don't give respect to John Kasich. I don't give respect to Jeff Flake. I don't give respect to Mitt Romney. I give respect to those Republicans that are supporting our president who is fighting for us
anyone that is fighting for freedoms. They are fighting against our rights. Democrats and Republicans, if Democrats want to tell you what you can and cannot do, how to live your life, Republicans want you to have the freedom to live your life as you choose, so long as you don't do harm to anyone else. And that's why I support Donald Trump. And that's why I support the Republican Party and truth and justice. Again, yeah, both parties really need to reform. Like I said, if I was the Democrat Party, the Republican Party needs an infusion of youth. We need leaders, Senate majority leaders, people like us, but not us. I think I belong right here. I think I found my home. I think I found my home right here in the breast. I don't want to have to, I don't know, I just don't want to have to deal with it. After seeing what Republicans have to go through, I don't want to do it at all. And he said, what a sad state of affairs, though, that good people who should be running for office, who are statesmen, are turned off by running for office because of the nature of politics. What a sad state of affairs.
It's very sad. It's very sad. And on the other side, man, the virtue signaling, the holier than thou, I'm better than you complex, while they're getting caught in these scams. Katie Hill, that guy from CNN that just got caught yesterday. I'm not going to say anything else about it. Andrew Gillum, caught with his pants down. They're accusing Republicans of what they're guilty of 100% of the time. President Trump got impeached for Joe Biden's crimes. Everything. They say he colluded with Russia. Hillary colluded with Russia. I think President Trump is near. We're getting called. Oh, there he is.
Oh, we got Air Force One coming in, baby.
There we go.
Yeah, look at that, America.
President Trump has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know that there's complainers. No matter what we do here, there's some of y'all in the chat like, why didn't you get the plane landing? Well, obviously, we weren't able to do it. We're not able to do all these things. For those of you that do support us, for those of you, I'm distracted by this guy who keeps shouting stuff out. We appreciate everybody that supports us through the growing pains. Sometimes we have technical difficulties. Our best every single time to show you Air Force One as it arrives, to show you President Trump as he exits, walks up to the podium. We're going to show you the speech start to finish. You can guarantee that. Let me get out of the camera's way here. That's going to be where President Trump comes in at. I don't know if we'll be able to get a clean shot of him as he walks up to the podium, or like as the plane, unless it turns around. I mean, it's very possible Air Force One does turn around and parks behind the bleachers there. But whatever happens, you're going to see it live right here. We have 107,000 people watching here. I want to tell all of you, if this is your first time here, you need to do a couple things. If you like what you see, if you like what you've heard so far, first things first, subscribe to Right Side Broadcasting Network. Just do it. Just do it. If you want to save the country, you need to support independent media that's going to bring you President Trump's rally start to finish, uninterrupted, with no spin, no narrative, just the speech. We're going to show you the crowd size. If we have the opportunity, we didn't today, we interview President Trump supporters from all walks of life, black, white, Puerto Rican candy stripe, everybody. Subscribe to Right Side Broadcasting. Hit the bell notification. Share this live stream with your friends and family. Get it on Facebook. Get it on Twitter. Share it on Parler. Send it in a text message. Email it to somebody. And get the truth out there. Look how the media is carrying water, protecting this man. They are protecting this corrupt man who's been in politics 50 years, does not know which office he's running for, calls people lying dog-faced pony soldiers. Are you kidding me? And he's not campaigning. He's in his basement. He called a lid. And they're trying to gaslight you, insult your intelligence, telling you it's over for President Trump. He won't concede the election. Remember what I say, guys? It's always projections with these people. They accuse you of what they're doing. They say President Trump won't accept the results of an election. We're still waiting on Hillary to concede 2016. Stacey Abrams, to this day, has not conceded her gubernatorial race in Georgia. It's them. Just saying. So support RSBN because we're gonna continue this fight. Go to our website, rsbnetwork.com/donate. That is how you will send multiple cameramen, multiple correspondents, guest correspondents to all of President Trump's events. You can mail checks to our physical address, 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. And I suppose you can give us super chats. We appreciate the super chats. YouTube takes 30%, but we still appreciate it. I mean, we even got trolls in here. Trolls with Trump derangement syndrome giving us super chats. And thank you, everybody, for watching us, tuning in. Follow us on Twitter. Go to RSP Network on Twitter. Go to RSP Network on the gram. We're on all the social media platforms. My name, Mike Nicholson. Find me on YouTube. Find me on Parler. Find me on BitChute. Find me on Instagram. And find me on Facebook. I'm back on there. Search Mike Nicholson. 813, and I should pop right up. Support independent media and independent content creators like myself. I go on rants every once in a while on my channel. It's been a while since I've done it because I've been up here because it's bigger than me. This isn't about me. This is about us. This is about preserving freedom and prosperity and liberty. We have to remain the beacon of hope that we've been for the world for centuries. People from all corners of this earth come to the United States of America because of our freedoms. Freedom is our birthright. It was given to us by God. And only a corrupt politician can take it away from you, but not without your consent. The last thing they want is a free and prosperous sovereign nation full of free and prosperous sovereign thinking individuals. They want this monolithic communist voting bloc that just walks around like little wind-up dogs, upset at everything, destroying cities, mad at the world. The most happiest people in this world are successful. Success brings us together. Success breeds happiness. You know, President Trump's rallies are full of loving, hardworking Americans. This isn't sweaty Walmart deplorables or whatever they said. These people on the left, man, I'm telling you, all the disparaging comments, all this stuff, this is what inspired me to put on the Make America Great Again hat. And to wear it on stage, to wear it up here on the rises with the media, because I want to separate us from the media, the liars. I'll never forget, it was my second or third rally, and we were in Freeland, Michigan. Here comes President Trump. Here comes Air Force One. He must have did a couple laps over there. Anyway, I was in Freeland, Michigan, and we were standing outside for preset, and these Trump supporters walked by, and they're like, "You better treat our president fairly." I was just in regular street clothes, and I thought to myself, I'm like, it doesn't feel good to be lumped in with liars and people who have disparaged the president, who have disparaged Trump supporters, called them deplorables, and tribuned to society. I said, what can I do to separate our network from the rest? I got to make a bold statement because this is for all the marbles. Everything's on the line here. So I decided to wear the MAGA hat on stage or on the rises. Let's call them the stage because it feels like a stage. That's what I do. And so it feels like the right thing to do. Oh, here's a super chat from D.D. Righteous. The best RSBN voted today, red all the way, Trump 2020. I see we got 114,000 watching right now. Give us a like. Subscribe to RSBN so you don't miss a President Trump rally and support us so that we can go to all of these rallies. 14 days, which is the most important election you're ever going to vote in. We're going to win this fight together because we're united as a country. We're not going to play identity politics. We're going to re-elect this man, Donald J. Trump. Look at these cell phones. Look at the cell phones. Look at everybody's.
Yeah, here we go, the ghost,
baby. Cell
baby.
phone up right now. Every single person in the crowd has their cell phone out right now. It's a wonder to see. Everybody should want this country to be great. The media politicized it. They said it's, bring back slavery and white supremacy. It's like Bill Clinton said make America great again, and so did Ronald Reagan, and I don't recall this Fox phony outrage then. So how about we not? But seriously though, The nicest people I've met all support the president, and the most hateful, vitriolic people I've met, racist people I've met, hate him. You can't make sense of that. The truth is stranger than fiction, isn't it, guys? Tired of these liars, man. These liars, these hypocrites. Esther, thank you for your super chat. Dana, thank you for your super chat. Laura Beck, thank you for becoming a member. Annette Cecil said, Mike, can you and Scott co-host the Trump after party on November 4th? You guys are killing it tonight. I'm not quite sure on that. It would be nice if we can, but I have no idea if we'll be able to or not. Matt W. says, Biden crime family. It is historically quiet up here on the risers. We're the only ones up here talking. We're the only ones that have had enthusiasm this whole day. Luis Torres says, Floridians watching. Subscribe to Paint the Trump. Paint the Trump on YouTube. Paint the Trump is a talented artist, organizes flag waves along with Operation Flag Drop for Lucia County, Florida. That is a critical area of the state. That is the biggest fish in the 2020 election. The biggest fish, 29 electoral votes in the state of Florida. And
we're going to get them, baby.
All of those patriots
we're going to get them.
Are getting it done. That whole middle part of the state, which is up for grabs, they have an equal amount of registered Democrats they do Republicans, but you can hardly tell. There's hardly any Biden sign. They showed up to a Kamala Harris event just yesterday or the day before, and they drowned them out. They didn't have any Kamala Harris supporters out there. People don't really support them, man. They just hate President Trump. Moving along with the super chat. Enough Blues, I think I said that right. Thank you for what you are doing in Go Trump America, land of the free and home of the brave. We got to keep that way. No more silent majority. No more silent majority. Unsilent majority. Combined with Brexit, combined with Jewish people that exit the Democrat Party, Latinos, the walk away campaign. Everybody. CR Bus says, Mike Protus has the hottest dance moves in the nation. Yeah, go find me on Facebook. Go. Oh, that's a song. I thought they were singing, please, like they were about to introduce the president. That caught me off guard. Go to my Facebook page and see the video of President Trump dancing to 50 Cent. President Trump just endorsed by 50 Cent. And lo and behold, surprise, surprise, racist white liberals on Twitter calling him Uncle Tom and Coon and all these names. I'm telling you, man, these people. Remember, guys, the new definition of Uncle Tom is successful, intelligent, educated black person. That is the definition of Uncle Tom. If you get called Uncle Tom, that is a compliment. Not to mention he was the hero of the story. But the left doesn't care about that. They don't they don't want facts getting in the way. They just want you to know they haven't read the book. No D. Gandhi? I think I said that right. These names are just so hard to pronounce. Sorry, guys. Love and respect from ex-U.S. Navy base, Holt Rock, Scotland, UK. Christine Beck said, I wish Trump would label BLM a terrorist organization like Antifa. Elizabeth Watson, thank you for your super chat. I got to scroll all the way back because there's some higher dollar super chats that I might have missed. I got Casey Campbell. Debbie Tree says, this is some of the best commentary. Love you guys. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, guys. I promise.
We appreciate you, Debbie. Researcher 1946, thank you for your super chat. D.D. Righteous, I got you. Ronnie Stewart says, thank you, Mike. And Brixie, thank you for the super chat, Brixie. I see your imposter here. I see the imposter Brixie man here. Not good. Blues Guitar, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for everybody that's currently sending me DMs right now on Facebook. I'm getting a bunch of them. God bless you. I'll have to read them later. I got to stay up on these super chats right now. We're just minutes away from President Trump exiting Air Force One, where he will address a packed crowd in Erie, Pennsylvania. Thank you for supporting us here at Right Side Broadcasting. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe, guys. I mean it. Easy to do it. subscribe. We're bringing this to you live. No other media outlet is going to do what we do. Not a single media outlet does what we do at Right Side Broadcasting. We're almost entirely viewer funded. It's your donations that got us here right now where we are. So, any minute now, Scott, we're going to have President Trump exit Air Force One, take the podium, and hopefully he dances at the end so we can get some more viral videos. Everything they do on the left, oh yeah, everything they do backfires. Like they were trying to make fun of his dance moves, and now he's like, there's memes of him, viral sensation, and him dancing to 50 Cent and all that stuff.
Oh, absolutely. We love to see our president energized, and I think President Trump gets his energy from we the people, and we get it back from him. And these rallies are, I think, important to the success of the campaign. I follow Chairwoman, and if there's an opportunity in the future, then Chairwoman, I would like to be considered for 2024, 2028, 2032, because this did not start with Trump, and this is not going to end with Trump. We need to be forward-thinking, and we need to have a plan for the future, because what happens after President Trump? Who do we elect in 2024? Is it Richard Grenell, who has done an amazing job as a former DNI director, who did an outstanding job as a former ambassador to Germany, and I think that he will definitely put his hat in the race. I don't know. I haven't been told this by any insiders, just something that I've been reflecting on. But we need the next generation of leadership to step in. We need new blood and new voices to bring to the table going into 2022. Because when we win this November, remember that all 435 members of the House of Representatives, they are going to be up for election in 2022. And the fight truly is going to be in the Senate in 2022. The Democrats are going to try to take the majority in the Senate away from us. And so we need to build a firewall. As soon as we re-elect President Trump, we're going to continue to register voters. I'm saying, like, literally, the day after the election, we need to be out there registering new Republican voters and ensuring that we are prepared to keep our Senate, to keep the House, and to prepare for a victory in 2024. You see, I'm a young man, but I'm going to be doing this until I'm a very old man. The fight for freedom never ends. This is a 24/7, 365 battle, because the Democrats, they are relentless, and they are ferocious, and they are fierce. And the Democrats, now that they have openly come out in support, welcome the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. And I'm proud to be
The goat is, there he is, there's the goat, baby, the goat. Look at him, there's the goat. Me and I gladly stand up still today. Ain't no doubt in Trump lost his plan. Bless you and say. Fucking niggers. Hate America.
From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains, from sea to sea, right down to New York, with a pride in every American heart, and pride we stand.
There's the goat, baby. The goat. Proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free. Yes, in the dark, yeah, stop for me and stand up. Hey, oh, down this way. Bless you and say. Yes, and they died. They're right. No doubt. Are you?
Thank you very much. Hello, Erie. Remember that great victory we had over?
You damn right we do.
What?
We're that great victory.
14 days from now, we are going to win the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and we are going to win for 4 years.
Damn right. Tell them, Goat.
With your vote, we will continue to cut your taxes, cut regulations, support our great police, protect our Second Amendment, defend our borders, keep jobs and wealth in America where it belongs. Thank you. We will deliver record prosperity, epic growth, and you know that. Have you seen what's been going on? How well we're doing?
Hell yeah, I can't believe it.
A recent poll just came out. 56% of the people want to be here, not 4 years ago. They want to be with us in what we're rounding the turn of the pandemic. 56%, and it's a record, epic job growth, safe vaccines that quickly end the pandemic. It's ending. Normal life, that's all we want.
That's it, buddy. That's all we want.
Normal life. Normal life will finally resume, and next year will be the greatest economic year in the history of our country. This is an election between the Trump super recovery, which is happening right now, and a Biden depression. If he gets elected, you will have a depression, the likes of which you've never seen. You know, he's going to double, triple, and now quadruple your taxes. I don't think so. I think I know the people of Erie pretty well. They don't like that. It's a choice between our plan to kill the virus or Biden's plan to kill the American dream, and that's what he'll be doing. Biden will delay therapy, postpone the vaccine, prolong the pandemic, close your schools, shut down our country. And by the way, Pennsylvania's been shut down long enough. Get your government to open up Pennsylvania.
Gotcha.
Get your governor to open it up. He will massively raise your taxes.
Hell, we've been opened up
regulations.
shit.
Dismantle your police department. Dissolve our borders. Confiscate your guns. Second Amendment. Oh, you're so lucky I'm president. You wouldn't have a Second Amendment. Eliminate private health care. Terminate religious liberty. Destroy the suburbs. I'm saving the suburbs. I knocked out the regulation. You don't like projects being next to your beautiful house, your American dream. So much for the American dream. And Joe Biden will ban fracking and abolish Pennsylvania energy. How many times did he say, your fracking and mining industries will be outlawed, exiled, eradicated, and totally extinguished? And you know it, because it's not up to Sleepy Joe. He's Gonzo. It's up to the others of the party. Joe Biden has repeatedly pledged to ban fracking, right? You've all heard it. Have you heard it? Till he got the nomination. Then he came to Pennsylvania. He said, oh, well, I guess it's okay. It's always what they say first. His running mate, the most liberal member of the U.S. Senate, sponsored the $100 trillion. Think of that, $100 trillion. If we had a great year for 100 years, we couldn't make $100 trillion. The $100 trillion socialist Green New Deal
which would eliminate fossil fuels. At this very moment, Biden's website includes a pledge to mandate net zero carbon emissions, which means he would end all fracking. That's what he said. He said it for a year and a half. He said it. Under the Obama-Biden administration, more than 40% of all coal mining jobs will be destroyed, totally gone. And you know what's happened? I mean, did you see what they did to West Virginia and other places?
Damn right, they killed us.
Pennsylvania were there in here. Don't forget.
The sanctions that Hillary and him put on, Obama put on,
If
killed
I
us.
did a good job, I would have never run. I didn't need this. Although we're having a good time. And we're doing a good job. No, but it's true. If they did a good job, I wouldn't have run. Thank you. Thank you. There's a lot of people.
Damn right. Damn right, sir. Lots of fucking people.
They always want the cameras to show. They never like to show. They don't like to talk about it. You can hear how big these crowds are. And by the way, you know, in all fairness to hearing, all over the country, all over the country, the biggest crowds anyone's ever had. Bigger than what we had 4 years ago. Bigger. Oh, and you have to watch what we do to 60 Minutes to get such a kick out of it. You're going to get a kick out of it. Leslie Stone can be happy. The Democrat Party hates fracking. They hate coal. Good, beautiful, clean coal. They hate American energy, and Joe Biden will shut it all down. He's going to. Tonight I want to do something. I want to give you, this is the original Donald Trump Broadway play. And I had it done specifically, first time I've ever pulled it up. I had it done specifically for the people of Erie because you guys like energy. You like being energy independent. You like that? Energy independent. We don't need all these faraway lands and everything else. We are now energy independent, and we're going to keep it that way. Take a look at this clip. We had it made up, and I think you like it. First time I've ever done this, right? First time. Go ahead, wherever it is, put it up.
Would there be any place for fossil fuels, including coal and fracking, in the Biden administration?
No, we would work it out. We would make sure it's eliminated and no more subsidies for either one of those. I guarantee you, we're going to end fossil fuel. No more, no new fracking. That gradually move away from fracking.
And I think it's critically important on day one that we end any fossil fuel leases on public lands.
Well, like what about stopping fracking, stopping pipeline infrastructure, and
They want to do the same thing I would do. They want to phase out fossil fuels, and we're going to phase out fossil fuels.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
Wow. Damn.
What we don't show
Trump spit.
is for current version. Oh yes, we'll have fracking. And the fake news, they don't do anything about it. They don't even talk to them about it. But right now,
Fuck the fake news.
Fracking, I think. You know what it's called? You know what it's called? The laptop from hell. The laptop. To all the people of Pennsylvania here this morning, if Biden's elected, he will wipe out your energy industry. You have a billion jobs. Just like he wiped out your steel industry, and I brought it back. Only by voting for me can you save your fracking in Pennsylvania. We are going to have a great time because you are going to reject the radical left. The United States, and I say it, and I'll say it 1,000 times, the United States will never be a socialist nation.
Hell no. We're a democracy, bitch.
Think of it, here we are in Erie. People as far as the eye can see. Look at that. I mean, no, it's a great honor. It's a great honor for all of us We're all in this together. We're all in it. As long as I'm president, we will remain the #1 producer of energy anywhere in the world. You know, we're now #1 in the world with Pennsylvania. You, Texas, we have some great. How about North Dakota does a great job. North Dakota, Oklahoma, so many different. Ohio does a phenomenal job. Phenomenal. A couple of Ohioans. And they have to have the fracking, and they have to have the energy. And we need the energy. And you know, you look here at car. When did you think you were going to see $2 a gallon and less? You didn't think you were going to see that. That's like a tax cut. And at the same time, our energy industry is vibrant. Last year, I visited the Shell petrochemical plant in Beaver County, the largest investment in your state's history. Our opponents will put it out of business. They want to put it out of business. I don't think that's a great idea. Joe Biden has made a corrupt bargain in exchange for his party's nomination. He's handed control of his party over to socialists.
Tell Trump.
Another word. Communists, Marxists,
Tell him.
left-wing extremists. And they're full of hate and rage and scorn for the middle class and for everybody. Frankly, for the middle class and for everybody. The Biden-Harris Kamala. You like Kamala?
Fucking word.
I'll tell you, did our vice president
Kamala.
do a great job?
Camel toe.
Great job. I said, Mike, that was too easy. But the Biden-Harris agenda is projected to slash the typical American's income by $6,500. This is the Wall Street Journal today. A nightmare for Pennsylvania families, $6,500. And that's just cut it down. What you could be making if you do this and what we're doing, because for the last 47 years, Joe Biden has been outsourcing your jobs, offshoring your factories, and selling out the American worker. And who knows it better than Pennsylvania? Look at all the empty homes that you still have, despite all the jobs we've brought back. America lost 10,000 factories while he was vice president. He has no clue, by the way. Just so you understand, he has no clue. How many? Oh, that's okay. He's a servant of the globalists, lobbyists, wealthy donors, and Washington vultures who got rich cleaning American drugs. You know, I said the other day, I never thought of it because they're raising a lot of money, $300 million. I could be the king of all fundraisers. I would be the greatest that ever lived. The president of the United States. All I have to do is give me a list of the top 100 companies. I'll call the president of every one. They will pay me whatever I want. I would set every record. The problem is I owe them. Because when they call and have a problem for a lot more money than we're talking about, you know, it's like hard to say, hey, they were nice, they treated you good. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. We don't need the money. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But when you see them raise $350 million in a month and a half, you know deals are being made, just so you understand. Deals are being made, big deals. I mean, look at the deals that he's making for himself, okay? But deals are being made. In 2016, Pennsylvania voted to fire this depraved political establishment, and you elected an outsider as president who is finally putting America first.
Yeah.
The fact is, whether you like it or not, whether you want to hear it or not, Joe Biden is a corrupt politician. He's a corrupt politician. And smoking gun emails show that the Biden family sold the vice presidency for a very, very substantial amount of money, more money than anybody would believe. He let China plunder your jobs while his family raked in millions of dollars from China and foreign nations. The Bidens got rich while Pennsylvania got robbed, and so did the rest of our country. If Biden wins, China wins. If Biden wins, China will own the USA, and you know it.
Yep.
There's no way he does anything about it. And yet, media and the big tech, they cover up everything. They don't want to hear speeches like this. They don't want to hear anything about it. This is a massive scandal that they're trying to suppress. I'm not just running against Biden, Sleepy Joe. I'm running against the corrupt media, the big tech giants, the Washington swamp, and the Democrat Party is a part of all of them. Every single one of them.
Every damn one of them. Every damn one.
While they live behind beautiful kids compounds, they try to take away your guns. Second Amendment, they want to take it away.
Yeah, come and get them,
They
bitches.
enjoy private security that's fully armed.
Go and get them, bitches. What the hell happened? Step on my motherfucker all up. Oh, man. Shut up, Kobe, Austin. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Get me down my shit. $2,000 watching on this, only 100, less than 100 on Fox. 152,000.
And Biden's policies would all decimate our seniors. Biden is pledging mass amnesty and free federal health care. Remember he did that at the stage? You remember, look, she's shaking her head. She remembers. Remember when he put up his hand? You know, after 47 years, he knew it was not the right thing to do, but everybody else was crazy. You know, they were all radical left. And he felt very uncomfortable, but then he looked. He looked over here, looked over there. They were all over the place, these people. They were all running to this beautiful office. And he just got the hand up, and they said, thank you, we just won the election. And look, we all have a heart, you know, but what happens is everything comes in, and we're going to have millions of people pouring into it. They get free health care. They get free college. They get a Rolls Royce. Everybody gets a free Rolls Royce. Remember when I said that and CNN went crazy? He knows they don't get a free Rolls Royce. He lied to the American people. Oh, these are sick people. Thank goodness they're ratings. CNN ratings, did you see? They're so bad. Fredo, all these people, the ratings are so bad. Their ratings are terrible. Thank goodness. But he will obliterate your Medicare, your Social Security. I will always protect your Medicare and your Social
Thank
Security.
you. Leave that phone.
I'm also proud that here in Pennsylvania, your Medicare Advantage, you know that, everybody has it, some people have it.
Yeah.
The premiums have decreased, listen to this,
All right.
under our management, 43% since I took office. Where do you hear that? We will always defend our seniors, and we defend them like nobody else can. The battle against the China virus, that's what it is. It's the China, you know, they call it COVID, they call it all different names. It's the China virus, or the China, maybe the China plague. We launched the largest mobilization since World War II. I'll tell you what, the way they cover it, we have done such an incredible, we saved millions of lives. They refuse to cover it, not for me, but for the people, the admirals, the generals, and they refuse to acknowledge it. We made a lot of really bad governors look good, and some good governors do just fine, but a lot of bad governors, we made them look good. Early on, we took aggressive action. We saved so many lives. Remember, it was supposed to be 2.2 million under us, and there could have been more than that. I took rapid action to ban travel from China and from Europe, heavily infected areas. And by the way, the scientists said, oh, don't do it. 2 months later, they were saying, lucky we did do it. Biden opposed both of these life-saving decisions. Remember, he said, he's xenophobic. I said, Joe, what does it mean, Joe? goodness, he goes, only in Pennsylvania. He goes, he doesn't. Well, you're right about that. We pioneered incredible therapies. Excuse me, here I am. That was quick. That was quick. Now, great doctors. We have great doctors. And reduced the fatality rate 85%. Look at that. And I'm working to make the antibody treatment that I receive available to anybody that needs it free. And it's getting very close to getting approved. We will have 100 million vaccine doses before the end of the year. Maybe sooner than that, maybe substantially before. The Biden lockdown, he's willing to lock you down. You guys aren't even open yet. What the hell is going on with your state? You know, Florida's open, all this. Florida had a surge, great governor, surge, went down. Arizona had a surge, went down, great governor. Texas had a surge, went down. You guys never opened. What the hell is going on in Pennsylvania, right?
Tell them, Trump, I'm going to get snacked out.
The Biden lockdown will crush America. We will crush the virus. We're doing that. We're crushing the virus. Look at our numbers compared to Europe. You know, they always say, oh, Europe. Look at our numbers compared. And we had the biggest of any country, the biggest comeback. We came back faster. We went down less economically. Came back faster. If you want depression, doom and despair, vote for Sleepy Joe Biden. And boredom. You know the great thing? I always say someday these people, loot all of them, like loot all those counties. You know what I say? Someday they're going to get smart. They're going to endorse President Trump. Because if you have Sleepy Joe, then nobody's going to be interested in politics anymore. That's going to be the end of that. They will all go out of business. They should have gone out of business 4 years ago. Then I came along. If you want open schools, an open economy, and a safe, healthy, thriving country, vote for me. We're going to do it. We're doing it now. We're doing it now. We're joined today by a few of my friends. I'll tell you, this one guy, he got it right from the beginning. That's right. How did you know that? He's a warrior. He's tough as hell. He could have only been grown in Pennsylvania. Because he's that kind of a guy. He said a long time ago, when I know him, it was a year before the election. And I said, this is 4 years plus one. I said, how do you think we're going to do? He said, sir, you're going to win. He said, how the hell do you know that? I just told him. The escalator ride wasn't too old, right? The famous escalator with our First Lady. They love our First Lady. Wasn't too old. We had just come down, and a man named Congressman Mike Kelly said, sir, you're going to win in a landslide. Come up here, Mike. Come on. Get up. He said, I can't do it. They'll figure it out. Don't hurt yourself so much. Don't prove everything. Hey, fellas, could you help the man? He's, just give him. Take your time, Mike. Don't hurt yourself. Can you imagine? He's trying to climb over a barrier to show that you. We don't want to hurt our Mike. He's been right from the beginning. He's been with. Great guy. Come here, Mike. And also, my Pennsylvania campaign chair done a fantastic, really a fantastic job. Bernie Comfort. Bernie. Thank you. Great job. Great job. Don't touch me, Mike. We'll get in trouble with the media. They touched each other. Oh, do you understand? If he would have done that, I saved you, Mike. I saved your political career. They would have had front page story of our two hands touching. Mike, say a few words. In our lifetimes, we will never see a president like Donald J. Trump again. I want every one of you to make a commitment to get out and vote November 3rd and absolutely refuse to lose. This is the president. This is the time. This is your solemn oath to America. We're going to make America great again, because of Donald J. Trump. There's no glue that's gonna keep this man down. He makes the Energizer Bunny look like a deadhead. This guy never stops. He never sleeps. He is totally dedicated to each one of you, and we should be totally dedicated to him. I love this president. I love his agenda, and I love the fact that on November 3rd, we're going to put him back in the White House. Mr. President, thank you. Well, that was not a bad job. Not a bad job. He's a great guy, though. He really is. You're lucky to have him. Good job. You know, he shows up without the jacket. I feel a little like guilty as Mike. You're not cold, Mike. Don't be too brave. We got to keep him around. Thank you, Mike. Great job. I appreciate it. Under my administration, we built the greatest economy in the history of the world, and now we're doing it again. In my first 3 years, we increased family income over $6,000. Listen to this, more than 5 times the gains in all 8 years under the previous administration. Think of that. In just a short period of time, African American unemployment, Hispanic American unemployment, and Asian American unemployment all reached their lowest levels in the history of our country. Think of that. We lifted nearly 7 million Americans out of poverty, a record, including nearly 1.2 million African Americans out of poverty. Since April, just now, we created a record, never happened like this, 11.4 million brand new American jobs. That's never happened before. And you know, you were hearing, it sounds terrible to me when I say it, but you were hearing about 38% unemployment, like 38, you were hearing 42%. So it was a fake, fortunately, thank goodness. But you know what it was? It was 7.8%. Now, 7.8, well, we're at 3.4 and 3.5. I don't like to say 7.8, but when you think about it, they were saying, we're going to 42%. No, not our fault. We had this plague coming from China. We're going to 48, 42%, 38%, 38%, 7.8%, and heading down rapidly. That's pretty amazing when you think about it. Under Biden, 30 months to recover more than half of the jobs lost in a crisis. We did it in less than 5 months. We've spent the last 4 years reversing the damage Joe Biden inflicted over the last 47 years. You saw what he's done. You know, it's amazing. He's always like, you know, it's not him. He's not being critical. But he has writers that say, oh, let's do this, and, you know, have all this stuff. Vice President Biden said, he has no idea what he said. But you know what he just, you know, he didn't leave long enough. He was here for 8 years as vice president and 47 years plus as a politician in Washington. Think of it. And he's always like, why did he do this? Why the hell did he do it? He just, you know, why did he do it? 47 years, Joe, why did you do it? He supported NAFTA, TPP, which would have destroyed your industry, and China's entry into the World Trade Organization. One cruel betrayal after another, it's true. I mean, what he's done, for decades our politicians spent trillions of dollars rebuilding foreign nations, fighting foreign wars, and defending foreign borders. They ain't doing home borders. Do you like that better? But now we're finally protecting our nation, rebuilding our cities, and we are bringing our jobs, our factories, and our troops, our beautiful, beloved troops. We're bringing them back home. It's time.
Woo! Thank you, President Trump. Goes with
To
the money.
save our auto industry, I withdrew from the last administration's Trans-Pacific Partnership. Pennsylvania gained Michigan. Auto factories, auto plants being built all over Michigan, Ohio. There wasn't a plant built in 42 years. Now they're being built all over the place. In Japan, I told the Prime Minister, you have to give us plans. You can't just keep sending us cars. You got to make them over here. And they started, and you're a big beneficiary of it. To defend our steel and aluminum workers, I imposed very historic tariffs on dumped steel, right? And that happened, and U.S. Steel, all of your places started doing great. I ended the NAFTA nightmare and signed the brand new USMCA, just kicked in. You know how I know it's good? Because the other two countries aren't so happy. They took advantage of us for a long time. I took the toughest ever action to confront China's rampant theft of American jobs. Nobody has ever done. And you know what? Nobody's ever done anything like this to China. We were taking in billions. Right now we're taking in billions. Billions and billions of dollars. It affects you a little bit. We gave $28 billion to our farmers because they were targeted by China. And that was just a small fraction of what I took in. Under my leadership, we achieved the most secure border, southern border in U.S. history. So we're building 10 miles. You know, the wall is going to be completed very soon. And we had radical opposition to the wall. Radical opposition. We'll be at 500 miles very soon, and we'll be completed with the wall. And by the way, Mexico, you know, they keep saying Mexico is paying for the wall. They understand that. They're paying for the wall. Mexico's paying for it, and it's very high, just like I said it would be. And it actually goes down. Why? Two reasons, actually. Number one, to hold it up. Number two, to stop the tunnel. My opponent's immigration plan is the most extreme proposal ever put forward by a presidential candidate. Biden would eliminate U.S. borders. How about that? Do you like that idea? Okay, just think of it from a bright. How the hell do you have a country if you don't have borders? He would eliminate, and you know, that's signed in the manifesto with Bernie Sanders, Crazy Bernie. Bernie's one of the, I'll tell you what, he's one of the greatest losers, and I mean that in a very nice way. Twice they took it away from him, right? Hillary took it away, and then Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren took it away. Because she stayed in on Super Tuesday. She took enough votes away, so he didn't win any states. And then he goes back to the Senate like nothing happened. I think he should be given, you know, in school, when I was a young guy in school, Sportsmanship of the Year. I never happened to receive that. I got other awards. I never got the Best Sportsmanship Award. But Bernie Sanders should be given Sportsman of the Year. Sportsmanship, I guess, right? No, it's amazing. This happened to him twice. Is Bernie running again in 4 more years? Bernie, are you running again? Crazy, Bernie. But they signed, you know, they didn't sign. I guess they have this deal, the manifesto. They agreed. Biden would eliminate, and she's more liberal than him. You know, she's more liberal. And there's nobody that treated Biden worse than Kamala. That's why I said, why would he ever pick her? There's nobody that treated him worse. Biden would eliminate U.S. borders by implementing nationwide catch and release, which I ended. If it's okay with you. You know what I did? You catch them. What do? They're murderers. They're rapists. You catch them, and then you have to release it. This is called catch. This was a Democrat program headed up by Brian Chuck Schumer. He's the one. You catch them. Brian Chuck. He only cries when it's, I've known him a long time. The only time he cries is when it's necessary. Brian Chuck. No, you catch them and you release them into the country. And you say, in 4.5 years, please come back for a trial. Nobody comes back. A couple of really stupid ones come back. Making every community into a sanctuary city and suspending all removals of illegal aliens. They want to suspend in this manifesto. No more moving out illegal aliens, even if they're really bad, including no violent criminals. We're living with them. This is what these people want. This is the most important election in the history of our country. Look, you know, we can play games, and we can be nice, and we can have a good time. You think I need to be standing out here in 50-degree weather, looking at Mike in his shirt, and he feels better about it than I do? Right, Mike? No, this is the most important election in the history of our country. We cannot allow this to happen. We're going to win. We're going to win so big. I think we're going to win. You know, the line there. The line's the record setting. The lines are big. The lines are big. There's a lot of Trump, people. There's a lot of people, great Americans, they never liked who they were voting for. They didn't vote. They just didn't vote. And they're online right now. There are a lot of people out there. It's looking good. It's early, but it's looking good. Get out and vote. Most important election, Mike, we've
Ever.
And you know what? 4 or 5 months ago when we started this whole thing, because, before the play came in, I had it made. I wasn't coming to Erie. I mean, I have to be honest. There's no way I was coming. I didn't have to. I would have called you and said, hey, Erie, if you have a chance, get out. But we had this thing once. We were so far up. We had the greatest economy ever, greatest jobs, greatest everything. And then we got hit with the plague. I had to go back to work. Hello, Erie. Hey, please have your vote. Right? I love Erie. No, hey, we had a big deal in Erie. Right? This was not supposed to be a Trump thing. Not the Democrats, but the Democrats love Trump because I love them. And you know what? You're workers. You're like, we work. But that was a pretty big upset, wasn't it? Big upset. But if Biden wins, your borders are gone, which means your health care is gone, the middle class is gone,
Not my Social
safety
Security.
is gone, your country is gone. That's what's going to happen.
And my Social
I
Security.
don't think it can't happen. Take a look at Venezuela. This could be same ideology as what they're talking about. This could be a Venezuela, but much, much, much bigger. It could happen. You see these people. You see what they're saying. You see Portland, where they have anarchists through the street. And it's all Democrat-run areas, no Republican areas. It's all Democrat-run areas. That's where you have. With Portland, it's anarchists. But look at what's happened to our beautiful New York. Since I've begun, think of it. You know what? It's like 3.5 years. If you think of it, I think what I can say is, if I would have stayed in New York, that wouldn't have happened. It's very interesting. But look at what's happened to New York in a few years. What's happened to New York, what's happened to Chicago. Look at what's going on in Baltimore. And just remember this, with Obama, Biden, they had nothing but problems. Look at Baltimore. Remember how bad that was? Ferguson. Look at St. Louis. Look at Oakland. Look at all the problems. They act like, it was horrible. And I say it all the time. If they were any good, I wouldn't have run. And if they were any good, if I did run, I wouldn't have won. Right? But they were no good. They did a rotten job. They did a lousy job. And Joe is not equipped right now, no longer. He never really was. We used to call him 1% Joe, and that was in prime time. How about this? And in non-prime time, he ends up getting the nomination. Figure that one out. To secure our border, it took the corrupt. We had to take it on, and they are corrupt. The powerful special interests and the open borders lunatics because they'll destroy our country. In just 3 years, we removed over 500,000 criminal aliens, and 200 of those charged or convicted of more than 145,000 assaults, 40,000 sex crimes, and 6,000 murders. 6,000 murders. We got them the hell out. Some we had to keep because we didn't even want them out. They were too dangerous because we don't want them coming back. And I want to thank ICE, and I want to thank our great Border Patrol, always law enforcement, but ICE and Border Patrol. Under a Biden administration, these criminals would be set free. Under my administration, these criminals are sent home or they have to be put in prison. We invested $2.5 trillion in the U.S. military. We now have the greatest equipment we've ever had. We are the envy of Russia and China and everybody in the world. We have the best missiles and rockets and tanks and planes, F-35, stealth. You can't see it. Other than that, it's not so great. You can't see it. I went to one of the pilots. I said, how good is this plane? Well, it's good. Why is it good? I don't know too much about what you do. And for our great veterans, we had B.A. Joyce and B.A. Garbo. We killed the leader of ISIS, al-Baghdadi. We killed the worst mass murderer terrorist in many, many generations. Soleimani is dead. killed many soldiers, many people. I withdrew from the last administration's disastrous Iran nuclear deal. By the way, if and when we win, my first goal is going to be from the
Start barking, everybody move.
I think it's their economy went from being strong, they were all over the world, terrorism. Now their economy is totally tanked with our sanctions and other things. And
You just don't hate out. You like our slave class.
And I don't want that. I want them to be not having nuclear weapons. Not having nuclear weapons. But I want them to be good. I want them to be strong. I want them to have a great country. The first call will be Iran. As soon as we win, they're going to call. We'll make a deal. And others will also call. They're all hoping. China. Oh, China. China wants us to. Oh, China. They want Joe Biden so bad. They are dying for Joe Biden. The one they don't want is, they don't want Trump. They had enough of Trump. Tens of billions of dollars. We get. I recognize the true capital of Israel and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. We don't want Trump, please. We got enough of Trump. Let's try somebody new. This isn't working out. Hey, look, China has ripped us off more than any country in history. And by the way, plenty of our allies rip us off too between everything else. I could go into that. I could speak about that all night long. But nobody has ripped us like China for many, long before Obama did all this. Long before that.
For y'all,
They ripped us off. Where's Hunter? I don't know. Where's Hunter? Remember we said that? Where's Hunter? That we made the t-shirt. It was the number one selling piece. Where's Hunter? What happened to Hunter? Where's
You
Hunter?
brought up our meal sleep 2 hours.
I also recognize Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. 52 years. I did it in about 2 hours. I even got nominated for 3 Nobel Peace Prizes.
They're not. The GOTUS.
And for all different things. Much in the Middle East. I wanted Kosovo, Serbia. You know, we're doing a deal with these countries. I'm saying, well, you guys have been fighting and killing each other. We're doing a deal. Let's not kill each other. And we worked out a deal, a beautiful economic deal between 2 places that just killed each other for years and years. And it just seems so easy and so natural, right? Anyway, in the Middle East, instead of all of the blood pouring all over the sand, we're ending all of that. And you see what's happening. Countries are joining left and right. No blood. We did it a different way. We did it there. How many times was I criticized? You can't get it done that way. You see this guy, John Kerry, who's grossly incompetent. The only time he ever left the negotiating table was to go into a bicycle race. He was 17 years. And he broke his leg and his arm. Other than that, it was a wonderful day riding a bicycle. And I pledged that I will never be in a bicycle race. I did more in 47 months than Joe Biden did in 47 years. It's fair. A vote for Republicans is a vote for safe communities, great jobs, and a limitless future for all Americans. A vote for Republicans and a vote for me is a vote for the American dream. That's what it is.
And democracy.
The American dream.
And democracy.
And in conclusion, we'll make this a little shorter because it's like about 40 degrees. I don't want to lose anybody. You got to go home. Don't get to go a little shorter because you got to go home. And I see Stephen Mike. He's so brave. He said to freeze his ass off. He said, "Okay, look, I proved my point. Let's get me the hell out of here." Over the next 4 years, we will make America into the manufacturing superpower of the world. And we will end our reliance on China once and for all. We're already doing that. We will hire more police, increase penalties for assaults on law enforcement, and we will ban deadly sanctuary cities. Yeah. We will uphold religious liberty, free speech, and the right to keep and bear arms. Second. And if they get in, you will lose your Second Amendment. Remember that when you're getting ready to press Trump. We will strike down terrorists who threaten our citizens, and we will keep America out of these ridiculous, horrible, endless wars. Endless. We will maintain America's unrivaled military, and we will ensure peace through strength. We will end surprise medical billing, require price transparency, already signed, starts on January 1st. It'll be bigger than healthcare. Watch this. And further reduce the cost of prescription drugs, which I've done, with favorite nations. The drug companies do not like me so much. You will have drug prices going down 50, 60, 70, 80%.
Hell yeah.
Can you imagine if he were in this position and people would go up to him, Mr. President, you've done a great job with drug prices. Oh, really? What happened? They're down 82%, sir. Really? I can't believe it. You better give me the credit, damn it, What I've gone through, the drug companies, they're spending a fortune on fake ads. They don't want me. They don't want me. China doesn't want me. Iran doesn't want me. Nobody wants me. Nobody. Erie wants me. Erie wants me. And will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions. Always. America will land the first woman on the moon, and the United States will be the first nation to land an astronaut
on Mars.
Moving along. We will stop the radical indoctrination of our students and restore patriotic education to our schools, right? We will teach our children to love our country, honor our history, and always respect our great American flag. And we will live by the timeless words of our national great national motto, never to change. They want to change that. They want to take certain words out, like the word God. In God we trust. We'll always keep it. For years you had a president who apologized for America. Now you have a president who is standing up for America and standing up for the great people of Pennsylvania. Always will. Great state, great place, a lot of friends. So get your friends, get your family, get your neighbors, get your coworkers,
get your boss,
get your boss, right? Come on, boss, we gotta vote. And get out and vote. You tend to vote very late, which is good. I understand that. But, it's just the norms. And you tend to vote late. Get out and vote. Get out and vote. This is the biggest election of our lifetime. Get out and vote. From Scranton to Allentown, from Pittsburgh to Harrisburg, and from Easton to right here in Erie, we stand on the shoulders of red-blooded American patriots who poured out their heart, sweat, and soul to secure liberty and defend our freedom. Pennsylvania is the state where our founding fathers declared American independence. Think of it, Pennsylvania. Think of what you represent as a state. What state, honestly, and we can say it to the other states, I love them, they've been great to me, they voted for us, everything. But what state's done some of the things that have taken place in Pennsylvania? It's where the Army weathered its brutal winter at Valley Forge, where General George Washington led his men on a daring mission across the Delaware, and where our Union was saved by the incredible heroes at Gettysburg, right? I mean, who can say that these things, and these names, right? Gettysburg, these names. This is the place where generations of tough, strong Pennsylvania miners lead me. The best is yet to come. It's coming. It's all happening. The best is yet to come. Proud citizens like you help build this country, and together we are taking back our country. We are returning power to you, the American people. We are returning power to you. And I said that a long time ago when we started. It was being taken away. I just didn't know quite how deep the swamp was. It's a little deeper, a little more treacherous than I thought. But we're beating them. Oh, well, their head will explode on November 3rd. Can you imagine? And then you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? I think they're finally going to say, okay, that's enough. Let's go. I think by that time they're gonna have it. They will have had it because they better. With your help, your devotion, and your drive, we are going to keep on working. We are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on
Winning, winning, winning.
winning. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And together, with the incredible, and I mean that, I know you well, a lot of time it's incredible land, this beautiful place, this place of history, the incredible people of Pennsylvania, we have made America powerful again, our military, never been like this. Remember at the beginning when the overrated general said to me, "Sir, we have no ammunition." I said, "No president should ever have that. No president should ever hear those words, 'Sir, we have no ammunition.'" We now have so much ammunition that even Mike would be impressed. So we've made it powerful again. We've made America wealthy again. Stock market, new records, your 401ks. Everybody happy with that 401k? You want to see your 401ks crash? It was on today. Varney, you know, still he had a gentleman on. He said, if Trump gets in, the market's going to go through the roof. If Trump loses and this other guy gets in, you're going to have a problem like you've never seen before. And I agree. Your 401ks, your stocks, you want to see them drop like a rocket. If you want to have some fun with your family, explaining, why is it down 80%, Dad? We don't love you anymore, Dad. Now, your 401ks are doing great. Everything's doing great. We're going to be in a position very soon like we've never been in, even better than we were a year ago. We've made America strong again. We have made America proud again. We have made America safe again. And we will make it great again. Thank you very much, Pennsylvania. Go out and vote. Go out and vote. Thank you, Pennsylvania.
Goes for everybody. Go out and vote. Trump 2020.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. President Trump has just wrapped up his remarks in Erie,
While the rally music or watching
He's
that.
making his way to Gastonia, North Carolina tomorrow. I want to thank every last one of you for tuning in to Right Side Broadcasting.
Right Side Broadcasting. Shit Talkers 2.0 TV. We'll see you tomorrow.
Out of the way right now. I know people are upset and angry. Some of you.
If you don't agree with Trump 2020, make me in the comments, bitches. Because if you want some, come get some. Yeah.
We will get demonetized, which means we won't have President Trump rallies to you. So I understand that it upsets people, but just understand we will not be able to do that. For